Thank you very much to join us at Temple Grandin to our conference. I have the first question for you. Nowadays, what is your conception of autism? What do you think? What is autism for you?
Well, autism is extremely variable. I'm a university professor, but when I was 4.5 years old, I still had no speech, had really severe symptoms as a young child. Autism has all different levels of severity. Einstein was probably autistic, no speech until age 3. And then you have other individuals with much more severe problems. They never learn to speak, and they may have problems with basic skills like bathing and getting dressed. So autism is a very big spectrum, ranging from somebody like Einstein to somebody who might be programming this program that we're using on Zoom, to somebody that's going to need, continuous care and is not able to live by themselves. Very, very big spectrum. But when the children are very little, I looked very severe at age 3. And it's very important to get really good early education. And I had very good early speech therapy to get me talking. I was also taught how to take turns in games. It's very important to teach these little autistic kids how to take turns in games, and then basic skills like brushing their teeth and getting dressed. Those are things you want to teach the very young children. So that early education is really important. And I got that early education, and it was really, really helpful to me.
Thank you. Many often you talk about sensory system. Could you explain the concept of sensory overload and the relationship between environment and biology? Are they important for a child? No, environment, biology. What do you think?
Sensory issues are biological, and they also are very variable. Some autistic individuals have problems with sound sensitivity. Loud noise will set off a big fear reaction, and the sensory system is overly sensitive. So one child might have visual sensitivity problems, which I did not have. Another child like me, sensitivity of loud noise, like the school bell, or sensitivity to touch. And I had problems with oversensitivity to touch. And I couldn't tolerate people hugging me and touching me. Now, there's ways to work on desensitizing some of the sensory problems. On the sound sensitivity, if the child is afraid of the vacuum cleaner, if you let the child have control of the vacuum cleaner, where the child turns the vacuum cleaner on and off, where they control it, the vacuum cleaner might turn into the favorite plaything because the child controls the noisy thing. That often helps. Now, sometimes individuals will wear headphones to block out sound. But the problem with wearing headphones is if you wear them all the time, you get more sound sensitive. But it's okay for the child to have the headphones with them, so you have control. So if you get in a place like the noisy train station, they can put the headphones on, but you want to try not to wear them. Now, on touch sensitivity, I had problems with that. Sometimes deep pressure is helpful. I was just on a Zoom call with dentists and helping autistic individuals to tolerate the dentist. And I actually liked the feeling of the heavy X-ray apron, that kind of a deep pressure all over. And deep pressure can sometimes help desensitize. Now you have other individuals where they're sensitive to lighting, and people with autism and dyslexia and other developmental disorders, some of them, not all of them, can see flicker on LED lighting. And if we're building a new clinic or new school, we need to make sure the lighting does not flicker. Now, I do not have this problem. This is where it's very variable. Visual sensitivity is not a problem I have. But if you take your phone and you take video of the room in slow motion, you can find the LED lights that flicker. And in classrooms and new construction, I want to make sure we don't have this problem, because for maybe 10 or 12% of the autistic population, the flickering of the lights will be really bothersome. So that's something that can help. And then also, some individuals, when they read, they will complain that the print jiggles on the page. Try printing the book on different pale colored papers. Pale, like light blue, light gray, light lavender. And you want to use the pale colored papers, not real dark. But that's something you could try. Like this book right here is fairly light blue. You know, might even try a paler blue than that. Experiment with different colored backgrounds on the computer and different fonts of the type on the computer. And sometimes that can help. And then you need to find a computer screen that does not flicker. Laptops and iPads and tablets do not flicker. Those would probably be the best screens to use. And experiment with different colored backgrounds. So these are some simple things that you can do that can really help with some of the sensory issues. But sensory issues are real. They are biology. But in some cases, they can be desensitized.